All right, good morning. We're going to take one more day to get through the rest of section 10.7. So far in this section, we've been talking about circles and their equations in XY coordinate systems. So what we've been doing is looking at the actual equation of what becomes a circle. And we've been using this equation, x minus h, quantity squared, plus y minus k, quantity squared is equal to r squared. And the idea has been that the center of our circle is always going to be located at h comma k. So it's going to be this value, comma, this value. But because it's in parentheses, we always use the opposite sign, right? So it's the opposite of what you see here and the opposite of what you see there. And then, of course, the radius, excuse me, of our circle is the square root of the number on the right-hand side, so the square root of r squared, which is r, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so the ones we've been working on would be something like the following. If I gave you the equation x plus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 9, the center of the circle is going to be at the opposite of 4 and the opposite of negative 2. So that would be at negative 4 comma positive 2. So the center would be 4 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 2. So the center of our circle would be right there. Okay, the number on the right-hand side is a 9, so that's not r but r squared. So the radius is then going to be the square root of that number, and of course the square root of number is 3. All right, so what I have asked you guys to do is I want to see you go up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 3, 1, 2, 3, down 3, 1, 2, 3, and left 3, 1, 2, 3, and then do the best you can to just put a decent hand-drawn circle. Don't need a compass or anything, but just a decent hand-drawn circle through those 4 points. That were 3 to the right, 3 to the left, 3 above, 3 below, the center point. Okay? Now, unfortunately, our issue is that equations of circles aren't always given in this form, meaning the form where we have the parentheses squared plus the parentheses squared is equal to 9. In fact, this form is called standard form. And it works great when it's in that form, but unfortunately there's situations where it's not in standard form. So what I'd like to show you today is the process of changing an equation in what's called general form, which I'll explain in just a second, into standard form. We're still going to ask you to draw the circle. We're still going to ask you where's the center. We're still going to ask you what's the radius. But how do you do that when the circle's not in standard form, but in general form, which is essentially a form without any parentheses? So x squared plus y squared plus 4x plus 6y minus 36 is equal to 0. Please notice no parentheses. And if there's no parentheses, you can't have the little powers of 2. Therefore, you don't know where the center is. You don't know what the radius is right off the bat. So to change from what's called general form, no parentheses, to standard form, we use a process called completing the square. All right, we use a process called completing the square. Alrighty? Now, the way this works, you've seen it once before in Algebra 2, so it might feel vaguely familiar, but it goes like the following. All right, it works like the following. What we have to do is we have to put the x's together. So I put the x squared and the 4x together. I have to put the y's together. So I put the y squared and the 6y together. Then any constant, any number that doesn't have a variable, needs to get flipped to the other side of the equation. So to move a minus 36 to the other side, I'd have to add. So the x's are all together, the y's are all together, and then the numbers on the other side of the equation. Okay? Now to complete the square, we need to do something kind of unusual. What we need to do is we need to add a blank on both sides of the equation. So to complete the square for the x's, I need a blank on both sides of the equation. Now before I do anything with the blank, I just need to kind of put it in your head. As long as we start with an equation, two things that are equal to each other, is it okay to add the same thing on both sides? I mean, if I wanted to, could I add a 17 on both sides of the equation? As long as I add the same thing, yes, legal, legal. As long as you add the same thing on both sides, legal, legal. But I'm not going to add a 17. I'm not going to add a 35. I'm going to add something else. Well, how do I figure out what I'm going to add? I do the following, which is called completing the square. I'm going to form a binomial, which is two terms, squared. All right? Now, a binomial has two parts. The first part is always the variable above. So what variable do we have up above the parentheses? An x. And then to put in the second term in our binomial, what we do is we take the number sitting in front of the x and divide by 2. Always, 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 no matter what that number is, divide by 2. Positive, negative, fraction, decimal, even, odd, whatever, always divide by 2. So in this case, positive 4 divided by 2 is 2. Take the number in front of the x and divide by 2. Take the number in front of the x and divide by 2. Always, 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 always divide by 2. Now, whatever number goes in the parentheses, we just put in a 2. We have to then square that number. And let me use a different color. So whatever number goes in the parentheses, we have to square that number, right? So 2 squared means 2 times 2 is 4. And that's the number that has to go in the blank on both sides. And remember, as long as I add the same number in the blank on both sides, legal, legal. Okay? All right, so what I've done is I've just completed the square for the x's. Now I want to do exactly the same thing for the y's, so I add a blank on both sides of the equal sign so I can complete the square for the y's. So what I'm going to do again is form a binomial squared, two terms binomial squared by adding the same number on both sides. Okay, I'm going to figure out what that number is. And what we start with is the variable. What variable is right up above those parentheses? A y, so the first term is a y. And then we get the second term by taking the number sitting in front of the y and dividing by 2. Always, 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 always divide by 2. So in this case, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now whatever number goes in the parentheses, again, I'll circle it up in red. Whatever number goes in the parentheses, we have to square it. So 3 squared means 3 times 3. So what we're going to do is add 3 times 3 is 9, and we're going to add 9 in the second blank on both sides. So we've completed the square for the x's, we've completed the square for the y's, and when I add the 36 that we had originally to the new 4, to the new 9, we get a total of 49. And what we now have is an equation of a circle in standard form. And now you guys could help me draw this, graph this. Let's see, I'm going to need quite a few tick marks here. My center is, let me write it off to the side. My center is going to be located, remembering opposite of the sign. So the opposite of positive 2 is negative 2. And the opposite of positive 3 is negative 3. So I have to go 2 left and 3 down. So the center of my circle is negative 2, comma, negative 3. My radius is always going to be the square root of the number on the right-hand side. Our number on the right-hand side is a 49, and the square root of 49 is 7. So what I want you guys to do is go up 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And left 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then do the best you can to get a circle. I know it looks rough, but you get the idea. I'm just kind of hustling along here. But do your best to get a circle through those 4 points. And so what we've done is we've changed the original equation from what's called general form, no parentheses, to standard form, which is what we've been practicing the last couple of days, so that we can easily draw the picture. So we also have the center, we have the radius, and a decent graph of the picture, the circle. Okay? Looking all right with everybody? Yep, kind of a difficult idea, so I'm going to do a couple more examples. Feel free to pause the videos, of course, like any time we do one of these. So, second example, we're going to have the following equation. Please notice no parentheses. So x squared plus y squared minus 10x plus 8y minus 23 is equal to 0. No parentheses at all, so this is called general form. And what we want to do is complete the square so it's in standard form. So here's the steps. We put the x's together, so the x squared and the negative 10x. We put the y's together, so the y squared and the 8y. And anything that doesn't have a variable, so the negative 23, has to go to the other side. So I have to add it to the other side. So we put the x's together, we put the y's together, we move the number to the other side. To complete the square for the x's, we need a blank on both sides. So I had a blank on both sides. And then I can complete the square, which is forming a binomial, two terms, squared. The first term is the variable above, x. The second term we get by taking the number in front of the x and dividing by 2. Always divide by 2. So negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. Whatever number goes in the parentheses, so the number that went in the parentheses is a negative 5, we have to square it. So negative 5 times negative 5, so 25. And that's the number that goes in the first blank on both sides. Now we do exactly the same thing for the y's. We complete the square for the y's. So we form a binomial squared for the y's. So the variable y. To get the second term, we take the number sitting in front of the y and divide by 2. Always. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. Whatever number goes in the parentheses, I have to square. So 4 times 4 is 16. So we had 16 in a second blank on both sides. So we've completed the square for the x's, we've completed the square for the y's, and now we just have, we have 3 numbers to add together on the right-hand side. So 23, 25, and 16 is what? 48, 58, 64, I think that is. And now we've changed to standard form. We have our parentheses squared, and so now we are in standard form, which means we should be able to figure out where the center is. We should be able to figure out what the radius is and draw an okay picture. Okay, so the center, the opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. For the y, the opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. And for the radius, that's always going to be the square root of the number on the right-hand side. So the square root of 64 in this case would give us 8. So then to draw the picture, center is 5 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So our center point's right there. And then since our radius is 8, we want to go 8 up, right, left, down. So let me give it a shot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up. Just doing the best I can. I know it won't look great, but hopefully kind of get the feel for it. That was bad. So just ballpark something like that. Okay? Right, seem all right? And I'm going to do one more example, but I'm assuming some of you guys might just turn this off because you might have the hang of it. So what I wanted to mention before you guys did that was that I'm going to add a couple of problems to the assignment. And the couple that I'm going to add to the assignment that aren't on the assignment sheet would be these, 15 through 18. So 15, 16, 17, and 18. Now 17 and 18 are very similar to the two I just did. And for my last example, I'm going to do one more similar to 15 or 16. Okay? So those 4 problems will get added to the assignment for section 10.7. So to finish then, one last example. And so this one's going to be a little bit different, and it'll turn out to be a little bit easier. So there's my equation, and once again, no parentheses. So that means without any parentheses at all, this is general form. And what we want to do is get it into standard form. So once again, we put the x's together, we put the y's together, and we move the number to the other side. So we put the x squared and the 2x together, the y squared, oh boy, there is no y. Okay, that's what's a little different. And then we move the minus 35 to the other side by addition. Now we can complete the square for the x's as we've been doing, so add a blank on both sides, and then form a binomial squared. The first term is the variable. The second term we get by taking the number sitting in front of the x and dividing by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then whatever number goes into our parentheses, square it. So 1 times 1 is 1. Back up and add that in the blank on both sides. Now, because there's no y to the first term, we could either just leave it as y squared, or we could think of there as being a number there, but the question would be, what could I add or subtract to y without changing the problem? And the answer would be 0, right? And then on the other side, of course, 35 plus 1 is just simply 36. And so therefore, you can then, oops, sorry, hit the wrong button. You can then see that the center of our circle is going to be opposite of positive 1, and then 0. And the radius, like always, will be the square root of the number on the right-hand side. So this time it's 36. So the square root of 36 is 6. And we can draw ourselves a decent picture. Our center is located at -1, 0. And then I have to travel 6 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then just do the best you can to put a circle through those points. Okay? So I'm going to call it a day there, but again, adding those problems, adding those problems to the assignment sheet that you already have for section 7. Okay? Alrighty. So you have plenty of time left this class period, so continue to work on the assignment, and if you get done with the assignment, you can also get started on the chapter review. All right, so hope you're having a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.